Hi everyone, it's Leandra from PaperArtsy, and today we're showing you some new products for mid-2015 from Emma Godfrey. Hi Emma, how are you going?
I'm fine, thank you. Hello everyone.
So today we've got some cool samples to show everybody. We're going to start off by looking at this new stamp set, which is EEG09. You asked some people to make some samples for you with these stamps using this paint colour palette.
Yep.
So Emma's got lovely sort of greens and blues and thrown in some wild cards there with the haystack and autumn fire, and as you can see, fantastic colour combination. But let's talk about the stamp set first. So there's a bit of a theme going on with this stamp set, isn't there?
Yes, so because of the time of year I decided that this stamp set would be like summer holiday themed. So we've got a couple of little clouds on it, a couple of little suns, a journaling card as normal, and then lots of summer themed words.
Brilliant. And I love what these samples here that we're going to flick through shortly. Annika's got a gorgeous card here. So she's made two of the little sun that you mentioned into flowers using some stalks. And the little clouds, they can be clouds or they can be tabs, can't they,
Yeah.
for the side
Yeah.
of a journaling page or on your pocket scrapbooking. Really, really simple, but so cool. This one's a whole lot more complicated. So we do quite like this little rubber ducky on here, but she's just got some gorgeous things going on, so really neat to use all the words this way and create a kind of a patchwork.
I believe she was inspired by beach huts.
Okay, so all the nice summery colours of beach huts and being on the beach.
And like weathered wood and...
Yeah, it's a fabulous card. Okay, we're going to flick through, show you a few more. So the next sample that Annika has done with these fantastic stamps is a journal page. It's quite a sturdy page. I think she might have worked on some watercolour paper, and she's created more flowers. There's quite a lot of stitch detail on here, some cute little leaves and things, and I love these clouds at the top of the page. Aren't they amazing? Yeah, tissue paper, really cool idea there. So that's a lovely one, and we think that she must have used the offcuts perhaps from this to create that card as well, or definitely she was having a lot of fun with those colours and making all that come together. So that's quite a cool idea. Little words on each of the flowers works nicely as a centre too. I quite like that too.
She's also used one of the circle stamps from one of the French sets.
Yep.
EEG07, I believe it is, and that's one of the things I wanted with my stamp sets, is that you can use them on their own, or you can buy more than one and use them together.
So they all work really well, and that circle has been one of my favourites to use. It's just going everywhere, and I know you've got it in two sizes, the large one and the small one. Really cool scribbly circle. Here's another sample from Annika. Again, this time she's stuck to the blues and greens, which is really nice. Just, you know, if you want a more stripped back colour palette, it's so my favourite colours, so I'm very partial to these. But nice little touch where she's laid up, and you can see that this kind of thing could fit into Pocket Scrapbooking 12 by 12 format too, couldn't it?
Yes, easily.
Okay, Emma, so what have you got next? You've got, who's this designer coming up?
So these are from Lynn Moncrief.
Okay.
And she has created 4 little 4x4 grey boards.
Brilliant. So I know Lynn was saying to me she's always out of her comfort zone when she's splatting a lot of colour around and everything, but I do like the grassy, using the clouds or tabs as grass at the bottom is really cool.
And again, she's been inspired to use the suns as flowers as well. I believe the stalks on the flowers, or stems on the flowers, and also the rain coming down from the clouds was using the line from the large cloud.
Okay. Very creative. So this is your go-to thing, isn't it, Emma? You're a pocket scrapbooking aficionado, I think, I'd have to say. It's your sort of comfort zone.
I do enjoy it. It's really simple to do because the pockets are 4x6 or 3x4. You don't have to, it's not as daunting as doing a 12 by 12 page and thinking, how am I going to place it? Because you work on each card individually.
And lots of people do make these into mini books where they have a 4x6 book or slightly larger, and then stick these kind of things on top so that they can do like a holiday album or something like that, which is exactly what these stamps are aimed at.
Yep. And one of the things I did for this layout as well is I created my own stencil. So
Okay.
I actually stamped the clouds on a piece of heavy smoothie and then cut them out with a craft knife.
Right.
And then I sponged snowflake through them
Okay.
before then over stamping them with the stamp again.
Okay.
That just knocks the pattern paper back.
So on the clouds here, after you created the mask then, did you just stamp that with a grey ink, something like weathered wood or
Yes, I did. It was actually VersaFine Smoky
Okay.
Grey.
smoky grey? Because that looks lovely and it really matches in with the chevrons in the background paper there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, and what else did you do then?
Okay, so I have a couple more journaling cards.
Yep.
On this one I've used a sponge dauber to make the circle in the background before
Okay.
I overstamped it with the...
So you used, I know Sukineko do a sponge
Yep.
dauber thing, that's what you use there, but you could also cut a piece of cut and dry foam into a circular and create that, or a
Yep.
stencil.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Or the mini blending tool.
Yes,
I guess
yes.
would work as well.
Yep.
And then the other two were just quite simple again. I went with the flower theme with the
Yeah,
suns,
yeah,
and I created a rainbow just with the paint colours and
brilliant.
added some pattern paper
Yeah,
clouds to
yeah,
that.
it gives it that little bit of lift, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love how you draw your little lines around the outside as well.
It's so easy to do.
Yeah, brilliant.
Don't think too hard about it.
No.
And then because I wanted to show how versatile the stamps can be, I also made a couple of little, very small birthday cards, greeting cards.
Yeah.
I've used the greetings from one of my earliest sets, EEG06,
Right.
but then I've just stamped one of the suns in the paint here, and again used the pattern paper to make the
Little-
clouds.
Yeah, embellishments.
Yeah, and punched out some little hearts
Good.
from some paper that I'd coloured.
And great
with
with a
the
bunch
paints.
of flowers, this little sort of small things like that. They're so quick, aren't they?
Yeah.
To make cards with your stamps that are just sort of like a gift or something, or a little thinking of you, or fantastic.
Very easy.
And I love this one. This
Yep.
is
So
this.
that's my last sample.
Yeah, I love this idea. These are great little journal books, and the craft card. Using craft is just such a huge trend at the moment. I went
Yes.
into our local gift shop this week, and they always have a huge number of cards for sale. Just really elegant sort of cards. In this, it's like a giftware, not really a card shop. And there were so many craft cards for sale in there, and I was just like, wow, it really is a massive trend.
Yep. Yep. It's been popular for a while, but it's still going. It works so well as a neutral with pretty much anything.
Any colour scheme, yep.
Yeah, and it can give you that rustic look as well.
Cool.
So on the clouds here, I overstamped them using the dotty stamp from one of Sarah Newman's sets, ESN09,
Yep.
and I just used it's a metallic
Yeah,
ink pad.
you can see that
top,
reflecting there
yeah.
in the background. Yep.
Again, it just gives a little bit more interest.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, great. Right, well, let's move on to your next stamp set then. So for this stamp set, Emma's decided to work with what I call the cool browns and the very grey blues, Space Cadet, Late Wanaka, French Rose, Taupe and Stone. A really nice colour palette, and it's been popular for a number of years, and I just think it works quite well with this whole travel theme that you've got going on, because it's sort of a bit sort of nautical, seaside.
Yeah, and I also thought it would work well with any like weekends away of city breaks,
Okay.
reflect buildings.
Yeah, so
etc.
quite modern.
Yeah.
So these samples, who's done these ones for us?
So Paola Pascal
Oh, brilliant.
has created these samples for us.
So you've known Paola for quite a while, haven't you? She's a good friend of yours.
Yes.
And she's really into scrapbooking, die cutting, lots of those sorts of... She's very modern, very crisp, clean style.
Exactly. Clean and simple.
Yeah, and so she's done some great got some sort of personal photos in here, but really nice, simple samples. I love what she does. So these, and you want to tell us a little bit about the stamp set itself, Emma?
Okay, so this stamp set is travel based. So it works really well with the summer set if you're going away, but also it can work on its own. It has another journaling block, this time with this little cross
Yeah, theme of the...
crisscross themes.
Yeah.
So you've got the little crosses that you can stamp together or separately, and plus some other little patterns.
Yeah.
And then the crisscross journaling card as well. That's really fun to colour in some bits like Paola has.
Yeah, so she's coloured in a couple of the squares on that, which works really well. Great. Okay, and then next up we've got Hazel. So Hazel's done a great little journaling. She made this little book, which is
Little book cover.
yeah, brilliant.
Canvas.
So she's stamped it all up with words, and she's put paint on there as well, which is fantastic. And then done some bits on the inside. So if you're going on holiday and you wanted to keep little
notebook.
yeah, great idea. Okay, what else has she done for us?
So we also have a little folder with some photographs on them. The tags are double-sided, so on the back she's left space to write some details.
Okay.
I love the way she's, again, repeated the words and made almost a decorative paper with the words down the side.
Yeah.
And if you open it up, she's got a little magnetic clasp.
Oh, okay. So just that's why I couldn't
Yeah.
open it. It's just it clips shut there because of the magnetic clasp. Brilliant.
That allows you to do some hidden journaling
Brilliant.
or extra stories.
Excellent. Oh, that's so cool. Really like that. Thanks, Hazel. Thanks for doing that for us.
Then next up is a tag, and this time again she's used the fresco finish paints on canvas and frayed it at the bottom.
Yep. So that's canvas that's been stuck onto card.
Yes, onto one of the number 10 card
Yeah.
tags.
It might even be calico. It's quite
Yeah.
quite soft feeling. Brilliant.
And then lastly from Hazel is a little postcard.
So
And
she got on a bit of a roll then, didn't she?
She did, yes, I think so. Once she was away, there was no stopping her. And she's dripped the paints
Yeah. Fabulous.
onto the white postcard.
And that's a cool thing to send.
Afterwards.
I've never thought about doing that before.
No.
Sending a postcard, but actually putting a photo on it at the same time as a memento. Great idea.
And again, that size would work perfectly with pocket scrapbooking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you've been having a play as well.
Yeah. So the first thing I have to show you is a little mini album. This was made again out of the number 10 tags, manila tags.
Okay.
I have actually braided a piece of smoothie using your brayer technique,
Yep.
using the colours that we were using, and then I've cut that up and used it with other pattern papers to make the backgrounds.
So you've just colour matched to the paints your papers,
Yep.
and then added those in to
Yeah.
create the all the edges and the layering.
And then just some stenciling and
Some of the pattern
extra
stamps,
stamping. Yeah, and added some
Yeah.
words in places.
Yeah. So you've got little words and things going on here. Brilliant. What a great idea. It really shows the photos off too, doesn't it? The colour combination is a great match.
You don't need to make it too complicated, and
No.
it's just a nice. I love having mini albums in just like a bowl on the coffee table.
Right, and then
And-
people can just flick through them.
Because sometimes if you've got get a huge photo album out, people can start getting a bit bored going through thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of
that's
pictures,
true.
whereas a little
That's
mini
true.
album just kind of sums up the best bits.
Yeah. And so when you braided this, did you also put a bit of metallic something in
I
there?
did. I used the pewter.
Ah, okay, because it really catches it, and I like how you've used that on the pages as well as additional layers.
Yep.
So it just comes back to that. Brilliant. Okay, cool. That's a
All
great
ties
idea.
together.
Thank you for that.
Okay. Now then, so I have a few more pocket scrapbooking journaling cards.
Yep.
This one I made like a signpost
Okay. Yeah.
out of it. This one has been, the journaling block has been embossed with platinum embossing powder.
Yeah, that really catches, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And I used, on these ones, I haven't actually used any paint, I've used distress inks.
Yes.
So I matched my distress inks to the colour scheme.
And they really blend nicely and create great backgrounds.
Yeah.
Everyone's into their distress inks.
And then the one at the bottom was stamped with Versamark on the background, so you get that watermark effect.
So you stamped the Versamark before you did any distress ink?
No, I did the distress ink first and then stamped the words after,
Great. Cool.
once it was dry.
And then you've done a couple of little cards.
Yeah. Just a couple of little simple birthday cards again to show you that they can be used for different
Yeah.
items.
And a scrapbooking layout.
Yep. And then my last sample is a scrapbooking page.
Brilliant.
So I like leaving some white space. Again, I've used distress inks to create my areas. I printed off a map just from the computer
Oh, okay.
to add a piece of pattern paper if you like.
Yep.
That ties in. And then I've used pretty much all of the cross stamps
Yeah.
and most of the word stamps, but I've used them in different colours.
Yeah.
Some of them are in paint, some are in ink pads.
Yep.
And just layered them up.
And I love just how you managed to make little word clusters
Yeah.
here and again up here, and it just sort of, you know, sets the tone. There's a good flow of that.
Yeah.
Brilliant, really good. Nice to see some scrapbooking layouts, because I know a lot of traditional people who make cards and do stamping or journaling, scrapbooking's not really necessarily their comfort area. So it's really good to see how it can be done quite minimalist without too much effort.
And the other thing, I didn't need to do that with these letter stickers, but something I do quite a lot with your paints is if I've got letter stickers that I want and they're in the wrong colour, I paint them.
Yeah, and just change the colour to suit.
Yeah, so easy to do.
Perfect. Well, congratulations on a brilliant release, Emma. It's so lovely to see these 2 stamp sets, and I think that over the next few months, because it is holiday season in the Northern Hemisphere at least, they'll be well used, and maybe perhaps down under they'll catch up to them at the end of the year when they've got their summer. Okay, great to see you all, and we'll see you back here for another product promotional video very soon.